Hello everyone, I'm Terry Hartley at Rustic Barn Cards, independent Stampin'Up demonstrator, and I'm coming to you from Iowa. And yes, I am back in Iowa for those of you that watch me, because I spend the winters in Florida. So I am back here. I have been very busy sorting through things and getting those carry-over stamp sets and everything in one place, and the soon-to-be retiring items in another, and making room for our brand new annual catalog that will be going live the first part of May. And today I'm going to give you another sneak peek. I'm going to be using the same stamp set from my last video, and that is Leaf Collection, and I wanted to make sure I said it correctly. So this is Leaf Collection. I used sponge daubers for my card in my last video, and today I'm going to be using the brayer to apply ink. And I have a couple more ways to ink this stamp set up and to make cards with it. So I will be making another video next week using Leaf Collection. I like to bring you lots of ideas so you can find value in the products that you buy and have different ways that you can use them. All right, I'm going to turn the camera down so we can start stamping. But if this is your first time here, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome. I appreciate you being here. And please consider giving me a thumbs up, a like, and subscribing to my YouTube channel. All right, let's turn the camera down and let's begin. So today I'm going to be using some products out of our brand new upcoming catalog, and I'm also going to be using some items that will be retiring at the end of April. But before I do that, I wanted to share information about my In Color Club. And we have 5 new in colors: Peach Pie, Petunia Pop, Pretty in Pink, Shy, Shamrock, and Summer Splash. And this is a great way to get all of the cardstock and ink pads and ink refills for all of the 5 in colors by each month receiving a package in the mail for 5 months. My In Color Club is $66 each month, and that does include shipping. And in this, you will receive each month one color. We'll focus on one color, and you'll receive the ink pad, the refill, the Stampin' Blends, a full pack of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. You will also receive 6x6 Designer Series paper, 8 sheets, and a Stampin' Right marker. Also, a full roll of the 3/8 bordered ribbon, plus a handmade card by me with the in color for the month. And then at the end of 5 months, you will receive a couple of gifts from me, a $16 value, and of course the box for your markers. Anyway, this deadline to sign up is April 29th. So if you would, if you're interested or would like to read more information, there is a link in the description. And I don't know if the QR code will work if you try to use it as you're watching this video. But there is a link in the description that you can get all the information about the In Color Club. And I just love these in color, our new in color colors. And I just wanted to take a second to show the cardstock and the colors. So this is Peach Pie, Pretty in Pink, Summer Splash, Petunia Pop, and Shy Shamrock. Aren't they just gorgeous? Oh, can't wait to start working with all those new colors. Today we're going to work with the brayer, and we're going to be using 3 inks. We're going to be using Bubble Bath, Pretty in Pink, which is one of our new in colors, and Flirty Flamingo. I'm going to be using the Leaf Collection, which is a background stamp, and that means it is just one stamp. And I'll be using Stylish Shapes. I'm going to be using the 3rd and the 4th circle from the smallest. So the 3rd and the 4th from the smallest. And I'm going to be using Go To Greetings. I love this Go To Greetings stamp set, but it will be retiring on April 30th. And as I make this video, it is, you can still purchase that. So the Go To Greetings stamp set, I have the number here. Bring that down in case you would like to get that information. And it is on page 97, and this is the annual catalog that is retiring, along with our mini catalog on April 30th. And the Go To Greeting stamp set, although it is retiring, it's not discounted, although we have a lot of items in both the mini and the annual that are discounted. But what I love about this stamp set is, has happy birthday, thinking of you, just a note, thank you. But it also has, hello, but it has it in different sizes. So depending on your card, you can decide which size of greeting that you need. All right, let me move that aside. So we're going to make a card today using the brayer. But I also have another card to share with you also. So I'm going to be bringing in Basic White, and I'm using Basic White Thick today for my layer, and usually I just use regular for my layers, but I am using Basic White Thick. And my card base is Basic White, and this is 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored it at 4 1/4 and folded it in half. And then we will be using another layer too, which I will share. All right. So I'm going to be using the lightest to the darkest. So I'm going to be starting with Bubble Bath. So I'm going to get that out. I'm going to go ahead and open up Pretty in Pink and Flirty Flamingo. And then I'm going to bring in, this is our stamp, Leaf Collection, and I've mounted it on our largest block, which is block F. I wasn't sure, so I thought I'd better double check. All right, so I'm going to move these out of the way just a little bit. And I don't need my layer, but I will be using this after I apply ink to my block, or to my stamp. And then I will put the sympathy card that I made using Leaf Collection up in the at the end. So if you would like to see that video where I use sponge daubers. So the brayer, when we're going to be rolling that and picking up ink, first notice that it has 2 little feet on it, which is great for setting it down. But you want to make sure that the feet are up so we can roll the ink and they won't be in our way. So I'm going to kind of divide this in thirds. I will overlap a little bit. And I'm going to start with Bubble Bath. So I am just going to go ahead and ink this up. I'm going to open up my case that holds my chamois. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up Bubble Bath, and then I am just going to roll that on here. And then we're going to move this out of the way. And then I'm going to roll I'm just going to roll this right here. Now, I know we probably don't need to do that since I'm going from lighter to dark, but I like to keep my inks clean and my brayer too, so I don't get any other ink on here. So now I'm doing our new Pretty in Pink, and this will be a new in color which you can order in May. And I'm going to put this right in the middle, but I'm going to overlap a little bit. And then I'm going to clean this on my chamois. And if you want to, you can even bring in like a paper towel to get any extra off. I'm going to move this aside. And we will bring in our Flirty Flamingo. And I am just... I know the last time I used... Well, when I practiced making this card, I noticed I need to get my ink refill and ink up my Flirty Flamingo. So I'm going to pick up a little bit more ink. All right, and you can see that I have this third down here. So I am just going to roll this over here. I want to overlap just a little bit. Okay. And I'm not going to worry. I'm just going to set my brayer in on my chamois. I am going to close up my ink pads. Although I will need Flirty Flamingo one more time for our greeting. And then off camera, I'm going to huff on this to kind of get that ink up. So that just kind of... And then I'm going to bring in my cardstock. And I'm going to lay it down. I'm going to come back with that brayer. And I am just going to use the brayer and roll it over. And yes, you do have ink here. I'll hold that down. But it dries and it's going to be covered up, right? So let's see what we have. Okay, so that is fairly light, but that's okay. And each card that you make, and I meant to show you the sample card, and I didn't, but I will. And of course, this is the bubble bath, and that was the first one that we put on. So I'm going to bring in Flirty Flamingo, and then I'm going to layer this right on top of here. So I'm just going to add some adhesive. And that's another reason I use the thick, because the ink won't show through. And each time you do this, it's going to look a little bit different, just depending on how much ink that you apply. Set that aside. And I'm using, like I said, the third and the fourth from of the Stylish shape dies, from the smallest, the third and the fourth. And I've already die cut that out. So I'm going to bring Flirty Flamingo. And I've chosen Thank You from our Go-To Greetings stamp set that I think everyone needs in their collection, and it will be retiring the end of this month, but it just has so many greetings that we use. I'm going to see if I can get that thank you over a little bit further. So I'll just bring in another one. I think I like that just a little bit better, so I'll move that out of the way. And then I have a Flirty Flamingo die cut circle. So we will just adhere this by adding some adhesive. Lay that aside, and let's go ahead and adhere these two layers to the front of our card base. Now you could use some linen thread or some ribbon to add around these two pieces of layer, and I did that in my second card I'm going to show you. And I used different colors, but I used the same method by using the brayer. Let me get this lined up as straight as I can, and I feel like I need to pull it down here just a little bit. And then we're going to turn this over and bring in some dimensionals. And we will add that about right here. And then I'm going to bring in, because we definitely need some embellishments, I'm going to be bringing in a brand new adhesive. And this is from our upcoming, so this leaf collection is from our new upcoming catalog. The greeting is from Go To Greetings that we'll be retiring. And this is called Adhesive Back Pearl Trio. And there are 120 gems, and you get 40 of 3 different colors. I often cut on the side and slide it out, but I'll just go ahead and do this right now. So there's 40 Calypso Coral, 40 Misty Moonlight, and Petunia Pop, which is one of our in colors. But I think the Calypso Coral, I think that will work for our card today. So let me grab my Take Your Pick tool, and we are going to add that right here. And there is our finished card using the brayer and the leaf collection, which is a new background stamp that will be in our upcoming annual catalog. So let me know if you like that. Now let me show you the sample card that I meant to show you, but I forgot. And again, you can see that the Bubble Bath is a little bit lighter than the Pretty in Pink and the Flirty Flamingo. And I didn't add any embellishments on this card. Now, let me show you the next card and what I used. So here is the second card, and I used Basic White card base. I used Azure Afternoon cardstock for my layer, and the 3 colors that I used was Balmy Blue, Azure Afternoon, and Misty Moonlight. Only I went ahead and put the lighter color on the bottom, and then I wrapped Azure Afternoon, which comes in a combo pack and also is retiring, around, and then I still use Go To Greetings, but I use the Sentiment Just a Note, stamped that on Basic White, and then I used the hexagon, the Heartfelt Hexagon Punch, which is unfortunately on back order, but it will be coming back. And it's a great punch, and I love punches, as you know. So for this here, I am going to add some embellishments, and I'm going to be using the opaque ovals, and the opaque ovals are also going to be retiring. They're going to be retiring from our annual catalog, and you can find these ovals on page 141. There's 160 gems. Here is the item code number, and they have pecan pie, lemon lolly, bubble bath, and a sure afternoon. And these are regularly $7.40, but they're 40% discounted right now, and that makes them $4.50. So it's a great buy for 160 gems for $4.50, and you get 4 different colors. And we are going to use the Assure Afternoon to add to our card. I'll leave this here. Hopefully you can see that while I add. And then you have smaller and then larger ones. So we are going to go ahead and put one right here. Just like that. And here is this card. Now, I wanted to tell you about the ribbon that I used, because it is a combo pack, and it comes in, it's in the annual catalog, and it is also retiring, and it's one of 3. So you have lemon lolly, Assure Afternoon, and then you have bubble bath. And you'll find that on page 143 of our annual catalog. Here is the item code in case you would like to order that. And of course, if you don't have a demonstrator, I'd love for you to place your order with me. And you get you get a total of 15 yards, but 5 yards of each of the 3 colors. It would be normally $12.50, but it's 30% discount. So it's $8.75, and you get all 3 colors of ribbon. So another great deal right now during our last chance sale. So again, let me bring in our 2 cards today using the brayer, and you just apply the ink. I chose 3 colors. You could choose any color that you wanted to. Just remember, after you apply it, to kind of huff. That's just kind of taking a deep breath and going several times over your stamp to kind of bring moisture back to your ink, and then you're able to apply it. Again, I am Terry Hartley at Rustic Barn Cards. Thank you for taking the time to watch today. Have a wonderful week. I will see you next Tuesday. Take care, and bye for now.